Hello, my people. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, depending on your location. Ndị be anyị ekenekwa m unu ọkwa nwanne unu nwaanyị Betty abịagokwa m again ka anyị kwuo ife gbasara Biafra. Ife anyị bịara ikwu taa bụ the real reason everybody ga-eji wee vote yes for Biafra self-referendum. But tupu m gaa n'iru ka m kene Chineke okike abịama onye nwe enu nwere anyị onye nwe mmadụ. Ana m ajakwa gị mma na-ekene gị n'ụbọchị nke taa. Asị ya dịle gị mma onye nwe ụwa ka ebunie afa gị enu. Nna m onye ekele anyị biko ana m ekene gị na-aja gị mma biko gbapụtala anyị onye ndu anyị Maazị Nnamdi Kanu. Metụ ndị ji aka n'obi ka farapụ ya. Onye nwe m onwe ife ịpụghị ime Chineke biko meela ya. Ejighị enough. Otego fajibelie. Chedokwala anyị our current leader. Onye na-edu anyị na-aga n'iru Maazị Simon Ekpa, our great prime minister. Chedoli anyị n'Eke, chedoli anyị n'Orie, chedoli anyị n'Afọ, chedoli anyị na Nkwọ. Maka nọọ ifie ka anyị ka ji anụ afọ anyị kịta. Chedo ụmụ Biafra niile all over the world. Ise. My people, join me. I am here once again as I promised yesterday that you will always see me here. We will not stop until Biafra comes. Join me, my people, as you are joining, like and share so that this video will go viral to every Biafran. We have worked so hard all these years, including the time of our Onyendu Maazị Nnamdi Kanu. This is that time he told us that we have to apply tough mentality, resilience, and focus. He told us not to be lily-livered and to be strong mentally. Join me, my people. Join me wherever you are watching from. It will always be an interactive action or interactive session where we will be talking to one another. Join me, my people. Join me. This evening, I have a couple of information to deliver, and we will all deliberate on it. Join me, my people. When you look at the time now, most people are back from work. Some people may be still in the office. You can watch from your smartphone. Join me, my people. I want us to listen to the voice of our Prime Minister first before I will continue to other things that I know might interest you people. Join me, my people. Let us continue. Our Prime Minister. Good evening, Chibike. How are you? Thank you for joining me. Join me, my people. As you are joining, like and share. This is a platform where we preach gospel of our liberation and freedom. We don't preach violence. We are not violent people. We don't preach hate. But that does not mean that if you come to fight us, that we will not fight you back. Hello, my wonderful sister. He say, yes. My sister from another mother. God bless you for joining me. So let me play the voice of our Prime Minister, and you will be hearing more of it.
From fighting for Biafra. German chancellor told him he should go and approach the Munepa that he was fighting for his right. So, in other words, this criminal in Asoro, the drug baron called Tinubu, has brought the Biafra issue to the table of the German chancellor without payment. He has advertised us there. He went to the chancellor, the German chancellor, and told him that Samonepa is killing military, is killing police, is doing this and doing that. All the forces are running away from Biafra land because of that boy in Finland. He must be stopped. After that, he got the shock of his life. German chancellor told that idiot, that drug baron, to go and negotiate and approach Samonepa. Till today, they have not made any move. Because the move, the condition we gave them is very simple. Release Mazinam, we can release all the Biafrans that you have captured and kidnapped from different parts of Biafra land. Release them. Withdraw all the military, Nigerian military from Biafra land. Withdraw all the, we have the intel how Tinubu went to Germany and tried.
My people, thank you, TBK. Thank God you will continue to be fine by His grace. He is a merciful God. My people, you know, most of the time, I have what I will tell people from my mind, from what is going on, from what we have read. But it is always good when you are talking to people, you show them evidence where you got your information from. This is our Prime Minister talking about how the current president of Nigeria, the zoo president, went to German government to complain about our prime minister. They want him back. Tinubu brought, Buhari brought back Onyendu. Now this one wants Simon. Whereas he released his brother, Sunday Igboho. You know, in Nigeria is like, who is fooling who? When you tell them the truth, they will be hiding behind their shadows. How can a man like this be talking about anybody else? First of all, he forged his certificate. Nobody is talking about it. Before the late Buhari died, he could not produce his common living certificate, school living certificate. He has none. Everybody kept quiet. When somebody from Southeast is talking about injustice going on in Nigeria, they will tell you, oh, take it easy. That's not how to do it. But they are all now crying. Why are they crying? Tinubu is not a man to tell anybody in Nigeria where to live. Most people said he is not a Nigerian. He has a Zambian passport. He is not well. He is not qualified to be the president of that country. But Emiloko, it is my turn, it is my turn. He is there. He is there. And he wants Simon to be stopped. Why? But Sunday Igboho, nobody is touching him now. Our Onyendu did not kill anybody. Now they are incarcerating him. Whether Ohaneze goes to ask for Onyendu or not, is he not the president of Nigeria? Can't he release him the way he released Igboho? So let me keep playing our Prime Minister's voice.
To bribe the German chancellor to do everything to bring Samonepa and stop Samonepa from fighting for Biafra. The German chancellor told him he should go and approach Samonepa that he is fighting for his right. So, in other words, this criminal in Asoro, the drug baron called Tinubu, has brought the Biafra issue to the table of the German chancellor without payment. He has advertised us there. He went to the chancellor, the German chancellor, and told him that Samonepa is killing military, is killing police, is doing this and doing that. All the forces are running away from Biafra land because of that boy.
Yes, telling the Germans that Simon Ekpa, who lives in Finland, is killing military in Nigeria. Can you imagine that? It is his own shame. How can a president of a country unashamedly travel to another country to tell the president of that country that somebody who lives abroad is killing his military? Did he tell them what the military are doing? He never mentioned it. All the children that they are killing, yesterday they killed another child, but I haven't actually read about the news myself. I only heard it on the space. This man, as fraudulent as he is, he forged a certificate in a lady's name, and he is ruling Nigeria today. He has a drug case in America, and he is ruling Nigeria today. They all know what they are doing. These are one of the reasons why we must vote yes for Biafra, because we have had enough. For how long are we going to continue this merry-go-round? Ndị be anyị, ife niile anyị na-eme abụrụ ife ọzọ dan anyị na-egosi unu ka unu malụ ife mee na onye ọbụla ga-evotu lili on the from 1st of February this year. Yesterday, my Prime Minister was on Twitter Space, and lucky enough, I was there. So I was opportune to ask him myself, because so many people have been asking me, some of my followers, some of my fans, people from back home, they will ask me, is it only that February, 1st of February, that the voting will carry on? So when I asked the Prime Minister yesterday, he told me no, that the voting will continue until we get the number we want. So my people, the next thing he said is that anyone who must vote should go and download Gmail. That's Google Mail. You can't do it with Yahoo Mail. I have Yahoo Mail, I have Google Mail, Gmail, but it is from Google. So you have to download it in order to access the information to enable you vote. Nevertheless, there is going to be a lecture on the 31st of this January. So ndị be anyị nọ n'ụlọ, anyị ga-agba mbọ make sure na ụmụaka nyelu ndị okenye aka, maka na ndị mama anyị nọ n'ụlọ enwere ike inwe access to Google. Ụmụaka ga-eje ife abụrụ nke a na-akwụ na line na-vote, ma nke a ga-ebute ballot box, or ife a na-akpọ e-voting, ya voting electronically. Inwe ike nọ n'ime your bedroom mee ya, onwere ọdụ onye ga-afụ gị anya. So ndị be anyị, ife niile a na-agbakili anyị ka anyị nweta 20 million, mana ama m na anyị kali 20 million. We will get more than that. We will. Not after all these years of suffering. Onwe ndị na-eche Biafra ka na-eche gịnị? Unfortunately, our former minister, Mr. Amechi, Mbazurika Amechi, Ochesigo Biafra, Ofuro Biafra, the only honest elderly person in that Igbo land I can tell of, because he went to Buhari himself and pleaded, hand me over this boy, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I will make sure that everything is okay with him. Buhari refused. That man said, this is my last wish. Can't you even honor me with that? Buhari refused. So my people, these are one of the reasons why we must vote yes for Biafra to come. We mustn't be lily-livered. People who are like toothless bulldog, you will be barking like dog, but you cannot bite. This is not us.
He must be stopped. After that, he got the shock of his life. German chancellor told that idiot, that drug baron, to go and negotiate and approve something like that. Till today, they have not made any move. Because the move, the condition we gave them is very simple. Release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Release all the Biafrans that you have captured and kidnapped from different parts of Biafra land. Release them. Withdraw all the military from Biafra land. Withdraw all the security forces of Biafra land into the police. Once that is done, we will give you peace. But if you continue to occupy our land Come and play. We will come for you. Come and play. You must leave. The people have spoken. The Biafra government is expected to be in charge of the entire territory. The people of Biafra are loyal to the Biafra. That is what
my people join me, join us, so that we will have interactive session and we will all hear the news as they are.
And try to
in this Biafra struggle, a lot has happened, and we must not be distracted by anything going on around us. The news had it that Tinubu is planning his way to transfer everything from Abuja to Lagos. And that is another means of creating Oduduwa. You people know that when he was campaigning to become president, the national anthem they were singing was Oduduwa song. And he never stopped it. But our Hanese, they will never learn. Always working so hard to serve their masters. Those who call them infidel. Those who are visitors in your own land, you that are indigenous, you will be killing your own. You will be torturing your own people. But these people, they are all good planners. Tinubu is now fighting with all of them, because he is transferring the government house gradually to Lagos. He voted 30-something million to renovate the house. Now he wants to transfer CBN to Lagos. They are gradually planning their move from the zoo, because they know that zoo is finished. Zoo is finished. There's a man, I will play his voice. He is not a Biafran. He is not a Biafran, but listen to what he said.
But today with the Nigerian, now that the Nigerian state have failed to save our lives, I am asking, is it by force that we must continue to be Nigerians? Don't we?
He said, now that Nigeria has failed as a state, is it by force for us to continue to be Nigerians?
Know that we were human beings before Nigeria came to existence?
He said,
this is getting serious.
Don't you know that we were human beings? Are we not a state before Nigeria existence?
Save our lives. I am asking, is it by force that we must continue to be Nigerians? Don't we know that we were human beings before Nigeria came to existence? We were having the right to defend ourselves against any forces that come to our land. But today, with the Nigerian forces restraining you from defending yourself, is allowing the terrorists to come and attack you in your homes, in our homes, killing our mothers, burning our children. Imagine a single family will be wiped out in a single attack. And we're sitting down watching, and we're calling on Nigeria. Now I ask you, if Nigeria would do something, don't you think they would have done? They wouldn't have done something.
Yes, he is talking about the way they come to massacre and wipe out a whole family, and they are watching them. He said, do you think that these people will come and save you? And they haven't come to save you all this while. So everybody in that zoo is crying out. What are we waiting for? This golden opportunity is the right time for us to move. And your vote will tell the world volumes that we have finally decided to move. Ndị be anyị nọ n'ụlọ ga-watch video a, maka na unu na-watch ya, ana m esendili ya unu. Onye watch sikwa ya delete, maka na ndị a bụ ndị ọjọọ. Ndị anụnwa bụ ndị ọjọọ. O nwere ife fada eme, Fada chokwana anyị maka na afa afuka anyị n'anya. Ifefa chọrọ bụ ife anyị nwe. Because we are the golden, the goose that lays the golden egg. Yet, onwere ebe anyị kwakwu, onwere ebe anyị nọ, onwere nka anyị kete. Ama m na ọ na-agụ onye ọbụla agụ ka isi na that zoo wee pụta. Onye ọbụla chọrọ ịpụ. So many politicians today chọrọ ịbịa vote na nzuzo. E wee na-agwafafe ezokwa n'ezo na onwere ife nzuzo dị n'ime afafa ma apụta. E-voting is e-voting. Once you clicked on yes, the system, our prime minister yesterday about all this voting and how it will impact on anybody that is voting. Our prime minister will say that now the way our e-voting, the system, the way it was built, you can never, nobody can decode it to get any information. Once you have voted, that is it. So my people, we have every reason to leave that zoo. We have every reason. Now, let me show you that as long as they are holding Onyendu, they will never know peace in that country. If one of them attack Kwankwaso, and what Ganduje, Kwankwaso jeli attack Nyabu Tinubu na Asorok, ka mkpọrọ unu voice nke okenye nọ n'ime fa ife okwu, maka na ọ na-adị mma ka unu na-ama that these people, they are not at peace within themselves. Ọkụ dị over na zoo. We need to go. We have to go. We must go.
If we cannot respect what a previous government has done, to consider it illegal without going through due process, how can we administer public like that? So these are the issues. And unfortunately, some of their members are even affected. They are still affected. He even made a press statement they will continue to watch Congress on himself. Not even the governor. The governor is not even talking because he's a stooge. And from inside information we have, he's not even happy. I know he's in the building, but we have not met. Probably if we met, maybe I could have slapped him.
Yes. Onye na-ekwu okwu ya now bụ nke jelu ime Tinubu attack maka na Tinubu chọrọ ibupu Central Bank from ebe ọ dị na Abuja ka o buga ya Lagos. Many people were the opinion and feeling that n'ife Tinubu ji wee chọọ ibulu all these things na-ebupụ bụ ka o develop obefa. Though we are not going to concentrate or settle with them, let them do whatever they are doing. Whatever they are doing is to our own benefit. If they are fighting, let them fight themselves. It does not concern us. But it is for us to know that we are heading somewhere. These people are very crooked human beings. They are never honest in anything they say or do. We have to be focused on what we are doing. But it is good for us to know udadiro na ya bobo. Onye ọbụla na-azọ isi onwe, Tinubu jikwa aghụghọ wee na-azọ isi ndị befa. Na-achọ ka faji nwayọ wekọlụsịa ife niile fa ga-eweta from the federal capital weghachi Lagos. They will not tell you na fa na-achọ their own Oduduwa. Because before a man Nigeria amalgamate, Oduduwa n'ọlụ onwefa, anyị nwa n'ọlụ onwe anyị, ndị ọbụla n'ọlụ onwefa. Nobody consulted us. We see, oh, we are coming to bring the whole nation together. They did not. They did it for their own interest and benefit. Now it is not working after 100 and something years. So let me play you people where a man is advising Tinubu not to move central bank to Lagos.
Is it a cartel of Lagos boys who he says do not know how Nigeria works and would not be able to help the president when the repercussions ensue? Well, Arise News analyst Dayo Shoboale joins us at this point to discuss the heat being generated by the president's move and the need to rein in divisive comments over the relocation. It's great to have you. Good afternoon, Mr. Shoboale.
Good afternoon. It's a pleasure to be here as usual.
Right. So, I mean, we got into the intricacies of this move the other day. Now, This is another angle to it. I'd actually like to start by asking you about this cartel of Lagos, so-called Lagos boys, because with the last administration, we also heard of a cartel around the president. Is it that when you get into office, you form a cartel around you and you lose your sense of being able to make decisions as president? Why do people have this assumption that the president can't make his own decisions?
Who are those having that assumption?
Well, this is the assumption of the statements that were.
You know, when this girl is using the word cartel of boys surrounding the president, these boys are the Lagos boys, all the guys that are supporting him, and these are the people he elected as his ministers in various departments. Of course, they are working together. It was Buhari who taught all of them that when you come in, you have to put all your people in the government for your own protection and for your own interest. So all of them now have surrounded him and they know what they are talking about. They know what they are planning, how to move everything from Abuja back to Lagos. Because you all know that when Babangida was there, he was in Lagos, gradually developed Abuja and moved everything over there. So Emiloko is now trying to move everything back to Lagos. My people, what do you people think? When somebody is fighting with you, you have to focus on them. Don't focus on those cheering you up. Because when you are fighting, like you are in the football field fighting another team, and people are cheering you up, and you turn around to look at those cheering you up, your opponent will score goal, many goals against you. We have to focus on Biafra. But all these side talks is to make our people realize that these people are all cunning men and women, crooks. They know what they are doing. Tinubu is gradually using this opportunity to get Oduduwa for his people and make sure that everything is back to Lagos. Whether that is his plan or not, I don't know. But you are now hearing them discussing his intention to bring Central Bank from Abuja to Lagos. He has already started rebuilding the government quarters in Lagos, so that he will be living in Lagos, governing as president in Abuja, like Hope Uzodinma is doing now. He lives in Abuja, governing Imo State. So let me play you the voice of the man who came to make a speech for us to know that these people are all planning something. We have to vote yes for Biafra to come. It will not only help us in homeland, it will help us internationally.
What the senator said, it's insulting. It's insulting. And if you look at his rhetoric, he came to provoke and annoy. And I will show you how he has done that. He's a senator of the Federal Republic. He's from Borno State. I looked up his profile. He's from Goza. Goza was where I served initially as an NYC member. There was a settlement scheme, but the ABU team had left before I was posted there. When I left, when Boko Haram menace came on, Goza became a fortress for Boko Haram. You get me now? And like I said, I looked up the background of this senator. In December, he made a speech in which he showed he had a grouse with the president over the Niger coup. He said, see the sanctions against the Nigerian, that's ordinary Nigerians who are the people suffering. You get me? And that it does not support the sanctions by ECOWAS and the leadership of ECOWAS by Tinubu in Nigeria.
My people, I don't have to dwell on this. It is not our news, but you have heard them discussing whatever Tinubu wants to do. I'm talking to my people so that they will know that people around us, everybody who has opportunity should grab it, like Tinubu have grabbed the Emiloko position. Now, he is working with Sunday Igboho. You all know that. They are all working together. We have nobody but ourselves. Let me play you people the voice of our Prime Minister last night at the space, just around 10 p.m.
In response to the Secretary, United States of America, Secretary of State, visit to the Islamic State of Nigeria in the middle of conflict. Let me start by referencing the declaration of the 1776 July 4th of the United States of America. The unanimous declaration of the 13th United States of America, when in the course of human events, it becomes necessary for one people to dissolve the political band, which have connected them with another, and to assume among the powers of the earth the separate and the equal station to which the laws of nature and of nature of God entitle them. A decent respect to the opinion of mankind requires that they should declare the causes which impel them to the separation. We want this truth to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. That to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the government. That whenever any form of government become destructive of this end, it is the right of the people to alter or to abolish it, and to institute new government, laying its foundation on such principle and organizing its powers in such form as to them shall seem most likely to affect their safety and happiness. Prudence indeed will dictate that government long established should be changed for light and transient causes. And accordingly, all experience has shown that mankind are more disposed to suffer, while evil are sufferable, than to right themselves by abolishing the form to which disposed to suffer. But when a long-train abuses and usurpation, pursuing invariably the same objective, evinces a desire to reduce them under absolute disposition, it is their right, it is their duty to throw of such government, and to provide provide new guard for their future security. Such has been pertinent. Sufferance of these colonies and such is now a necessity which constrain them to alter their former system of government. The history of the present King of Great Britain is a history of repeated injuries and usurpations, all having indirect and object the establishment of an absolute tyranny over the state. To prove this, let fact be submitted to a candid world. These were the wording of the United States of America Declaration of Independence on July 4th, 1776. The United States of America that gave Lincoln the power, the impetus to fly to Nigeria and represent America today as an independent state. He went there. I was expecting them to ask questions concerning separatists. They could not summon the courage. Because the heat has come earlier before this press briefing. I came, listened very attentively. None of the questions borders on the insecurity in Nigeria. None of the questions borders on the so-called separatists in Nigeria. None of the questions borders on those things, nonsense noise they are making on social media and in their media space. The question borders on two-state creation of Palestine. It's a disgrace. So, BIAFRA people, there is no cause for alarm. When
You know, my people, when our Prime Minister said that he listened to hear whether they will ask any question about the separatists, that would have led into talking about the terrorists, but they carefully avoided that. And sometimes it beats my imagination how a country like America will be having a romance relationship with a terrorist country. It is America that keeps the list of terrorists, and Nigeria is number 2. It was the same America that 2 years ago, or the other December 2022, told his people that Nigeria is a no-go area, that his people should come back. It is the same America that indicted Tinubu as someone who has unfinished business in their court of law for drug offenses. It beats my imagination that a country like America will be having this kind of tete-a-tete relationship with a terrorist country like Nigeria. But it doesn't, on the other hand, beat my imagination, because I know that they are doing that for their stomach infrastructure, their personal interest. This is it. Everybody is fighting for their interest. So we must fight for our own interest. It is Biafra first. If America can condescend so low to be having romance with people who kill children, elderly, innocent, and they have their own laws, what are we waiting for? We have to go. And we don't need them. Like I showed the other day, Arikana Chio, she's a Zimbabwean, the former OAU ambassador in New York. She said that we don't need UN. We as Africans, we don't need UN. That they only use those puppet leaders in Africa to make their own laws, to come and support them. They don't make any laws that benefit Africans. She said that we don't need them, and that is true. So when our Prime Minister says here that he listened to the speech of the Secretary of State to Nigeria yesterday, that they never mentioned the separatists, why would they? Because unashamedly, they are visiting Nigeria, ignoring the terrorist activities going on there, removing the name of Nigeria from the list of those persecuting Christians. Why are they doing that? They are not doing it in favor of Tinubu himself or in favor of Nigeria. It is for their own favor. So we must rise up and vote for Biafra. We have other countries that recognize us. But our Prime Minister said it here, that is not every American that is in support of what they are doing. We are for Donald Trump, and Donald Trump will surely come back, because Donald Trump is a man of truth, a man of integrity. And you know, in life, when somebody is known for being a truthful person, many people don't like him or her. So you will hear it here during our Prime Minister's speech that we are going to vote Trump, that we support Trump. He is the only one who have our interest at heart.
And confronted with the question of two states in Gaza, of course, Blinken showed the dubious character he displayed. Could not answer that question straight. However, we have no permanent enemy and we have no permanent friend. And we, the Biafra people of this current generation, does not change our policies according to whom we meet. We does not change our stand according to who talk to us. Our principle remain firm and stand. It doesn't change our principle. So, those who want us to be friends, we will be friends. Those who does not want us to be friends, we don't want to be friends with them. We have better people in America who understand the plight of Biafra people than the so-called Blinken and his group. They are leaving office very soon. I just want to respond to them that Blinken, if not for the Declaration of Independence of America in 1776, there will be no Blinken today. If America did not take bold steps, just like Simon Ekpa is taking the risk today, and many Biafrans taking the same risk today, there will be no Blinken. If America did not take this particular rule by its own against Britain, there will be no America today. You will understand it? But today, these are the people who want to tell you the policy, they call it foreign policy. These are the people who turn around after they have fought for their own freedom, enjoying themselves from 1776 till now. They are now telling you how to live your life. They tell you, no, you don't need to declare freedom. No, let us go in peace. They did not go in peace. They fought Britain. The same Britain we are fighting today, the evil Britain did to America have not ended. Britain have not changed on Biafra. That same policy they inflicted on America is the same policy they have inflicted on Biafrans. And our own is worse. And America, not all America, will feel corrupt individual in America who did not understand what freedom fighting is all about. Because Blinken doesn't know anything about freedom fighting. He was not part of those who fought for America. He was born in a platter of gold. He was born in a free world. He was born in a free America. He was not part of it. So he doesn't know what it means to fight for freedom. However, I want to assure Biafra people today that our fight is against the Islamic State of Nigeria. against their military, against their police, against every forces under Nigeria carrying arms in Biafra land. And again, there was no question about separatists. There was no comment about Southeast, South-South. There was no comment about anything Biafra, which is good. They avoided it. But let me tell you one thing. It is deeper than you can ever imagine. It doesn't take us serious. They pretend that, oh, do not talk about these separatists, don't bring them, don't talk. But behind the door, they discuss it. Behind the door, the main topic today is Biafra. Behind the door, Blinken will be talking about Biafra. The same Blinken, immediately he became the Secretary of State of America. The first thing he did was to remove Nigeria from the country that persecutes Christians. Even when he has not arrived in Nigeria. He was touring Africa, was from one African country.
Hello, Shea.
Before he arrived,
you're welcome.
From the list of countries that persecute Christians. Today, nobody asked question about the removal of Nigeria from the country that persecute Christians, and about the protests of the Christian community and many organizations against the United States that they should include Nigeria as a country that persecute Christians. None of those people ask those questions, ask such questions, because they have arranged it. Country of crime, scam, and criminals. They have arranged the people that are supporting the Islamic State to ask questions. They avoided pertinent questions that has to do with their so-called Nigeria. These are the questions that they should have asked. And of course, it is one-sided. Those who support the government are the ones that are allowed to ask questions. The most important question in the midst of the killings going on in Nigeria today should have been, what is going on with including Nigeria as a country that persecutes Christians? What was the ground for removing Nigeria? These are the questions. Validate or, to validate, give a validation for why America removed Nigeria from the country that. These are the things. Let Blinken defend the removal of Nigeria. They could not do that because all this is about Biafra. Yet they could not ask any question about Biafra. All this is about Simon Ekpa is killing military. Simon Ekpa is killing police. Oh, this guy has killed all the security forces. What can we do? That is what they are going to discuss behind the door. But you know what? I want to assure Biafrans that we are not shaking. You see this? We will take this giant gorilla or giant Goliath and we are going to fall it. I want to assure Biafrans watching today, we will show the world what democracy is all about. That's why we are adopting democratic process, guerrilla war, every approach, every mechanism, everything that we can do to get our freedom is what we are doing. And we call it multi-dimensional approach. They say we cannot get it by gun. We are now adopting the referendum. They say we cannot get it by referendum because they will not validate it. We have carried it on. They say it cannot be got. We are beginning to delegitimize them. They say it is not like that. All the multinational corporations in Nigeria operating in Biafra territory will be decolonized. The decolonization has started. I want Biafrans to understand that this giant, we must fall it. And it is going to happen this year. In 2023, when we were building the foundation of Biafra government, a lot of people do not understand it. This is not the time to stay by the side and begin to watch how it will go. It is the time you come in and support this government. Financially, when the enemy want to attack you, they will begin to give you emotional blackmail, telling you, oh, everything is about finance. Everything is about finance. Without finance, you go nowhere. And that's why they always try to mock you. Everything is about finance. So that some of you who doesn't have liver will back down. Oh, okay. Let's talk about finance. How are you going to buy it? How are you going to buy bullet? How are you going to buy many things that you need in order to face these terrorists? It's finance. Ukraine today. Ukraine today. America is funding Ukraine. They have not succeeded and they are still at war. Every day, Ukraine is sourcing for money from one country to another. And that's how it is going to.
Yes, my people, you see what he's talking about, sourcing fund, and the fund being what we need to do this. There are two things I want to point out now from all that our Prime Minister is saying. One is that we must be contributing, even if it is $5, because when you go to make your own donation, it will tell you from $5, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, upwards. Anyhow you can support, we need that support, because when Biafra comes, our Onyendu will surely be released. We must vote, we must support in every way we could, financially, spiritually, prayer, because they say that spiritual controls the physical. We must be praying as well for our leader and for the protection of our Prime Minister and for the protection of entire Biafrans, because we are all doing this together. So my people, from what he said now about Ukraine sourcing for fund, we have nobody supporting us. We are supporting ourselves. So whenever you are doing your shopping, buying expensive thing, just set $5 aside for Biafra struggle. Please, my people, because most of the time it looks like I keep talking without mentioning the donation and the release of our Onyendu. Our donation will go a long way, because we are fighting with people who are embracing so many countries for their support, because they don't manufacture anything in that zoo. They get everything they use against us from their foreign friends. So my people, let me continue with the voice of our Prime Minister. It is very important to us.
So one thing I want to tell Biafrans today is that when they think that they will come with their shenanigan by inviting Secretary of State, so that they will pretend that they will come to demonstrate that, oh, America is with us. America will not come to Biafra land and fight. Blinken cannot carry AK-47 to come and kill us. That's the one thing I want to assure. And they can never send military to come and kill us. We'll fight them back. Believe me, this is a very delicate issue. When you come, there are countries standing by that will embrace us. So I want Biafrans not to shake. This year, we will declare the restoration of independent state of Biafra for the benefit of mankind, for the benefit of America itself, for the benefit of Europe, because if Nigeria is not disintegrated by force, they will become a threat to America and Europe. Of course, people like Blinken are only protecting their own political interest. It's not the interest of Americans. Because when Nigeria will sponsor terrorist attack in America, it is not going to go to Blinken house to kill. They are not going to go to Blinken house to kill him. They will target American populace and American citizens. When Mutalab wanted to bomb America, none of the American politicians were in the plane. The plane were carrying ordinary American citizens. So their target can never be all these politicians who depend on their selfish interests and does not think anything about their citizens. So Blinken coming to Nigeria does not validate anything. It can never stop the disintegration of Nigeria. It can never stop Biafrans from carrying arms for self-defense. It can never stop us from making sure that we neutralize the terrorists in our land who come in the name of Nigerian army. And the best thing is that it was not even discussed publicly. So my fellow Biafran, as you can see, we have more listeners on this space than whatever that was listening to Blinken. On channel television, there were just 600 people, including myself. Here we have over 800 listening without much notice. And they say democracy is by the majority, by the people, and for the people. We control the media. We have defeated Nigeria. Today we are going to conduct self-referendum under the Biafra government in exile. And it is electronic voting, e-voting system. There will be no rigging. Your only job as a Biafran is to make sure you vote, mobilize Biafrans, your fellow Biafrans, your family members to go and vote for Biafra referendum. We are looking for 20 million plus. 20 million plus because the people that register to vote in the entire Biafra territory during the Nigeria shambolic election was 25 million people, or 24 million. From that 24 million, over 20 million people boycotted this shambolic election called Nigeria on the order of the Biafra government. They boycotted it, everybody witnessed it. So we are looking for that 20 million. We are looking for. To start with. Let us see after this referendum, let us see who will come and stand on our way. And like I have said, for those who are asking questions, listen attentively what is going to happen after the referendum. After the referendum, we will call the result. When we call the result during the convention, the second convention and the historic convention in Finland, we will now intensify the guerrilla warfare after the declaration. Our target then will be government houses, making sure we give them order, ultimatum, to leave Biafra land. Failing to leave the next day, and immediately the end of that ultimatum is given, the next day, our target will be government houses. Our target will be barracks because this is where they stay to plan the killings of Biafra people. And to defend our land, our women, and our children, we must go to the government house to neutralize them. We must make sure there is no.
Did you people understand what he meant or what he said? He said after the declaration of Biafra, the next step will be government houses. All those Fulani enablers in Biafra land, the politicians, they will come after them. So everything is step by step. You know, sometimes last year, some people were asking him, oh, why is the pipeline still there? Oh, why are we not destroying what gives Nigeria money or what makes other people? Today it's all going in flames. So we trust, no matter the protection or the security they have in those government houses, where these enablers are, they will surely bring them down.
Nigeria radio station will be operating in Biafra territory. After this government after declaration, this is where we are going, our people. There is clear direction. There is clear road to where we are going. After that, when we have gained our ground, we will use prisoners to exchange other prisoners that they have captured in Biafra land, including our leader, Mazin Andika. This is the way forward, my people. And on this note, I will welcome questions and answers for those who are still confused about what we're doing. The host, co-host, and the Minister of Information and the Deputy, over to you. Thank you.
Thank you, the indomitable being of the Biafran people, the Agone Chamber 1 of Biafra. Biafran salutes your courage and tenacity and your stand. One Nigeria is just a judgment when it comes to massacring babies, women, and children, and men. And they are not judgments in any other thing that has to do with preservation of lives. So, America has funded one Nigeria before with Super Tucano and many other weapons which they used to massacre the indigenous people, specifically the Biafran people in Biafra land. I don't know where their Lehi law has gone, that they cannot look into the Lehi law, but because of their corruption.
This Lehi law will never be observed by this government right now in America. But I'm sure that when somebody like Donald Trump comes in, everything will all fall into place. Because Trump is a man in government that Americans don't want. He was stopping a lot of things from happening. A lot of things. So my people, I will just give you one more news and we call it a day. Because when it gets too long, those back home, they don't have data. They complain a lot that short video will help them get the news. Just let's listen to
news. Over 100 people have been killed in fresh Plateau State attack by Fulani terrorists. Hear the news in details. Wonderful people of Biafra, lovers of freedom all over the world, you are welcome to Biafra Unite channel /television this very moment. Today's date is 24th of January 2024, and I have a breaking information for every one of you listening to me right now from where you are all over the world. Dear friends and lovers of freedom, I want you to pay very good attention to this very news because it's very, very important. I can assure you, we are going to go straight to the news without hesitation. And as you can see on your screen, I will be reading from one of the Zugota media outlets, The Nation. They said, just in, gunmen killed 30 in fresh Plateau attack despite curfew. So I want to say something very, very clear before moving forward to read the news in details. Based on the headline from the Nation's newspaper, they say gunmen killed 30 in fresh Plateau attack despite curfew. Yes, yesterday the news broke the media that the Plateau State Governor, Mutfang, has ordered curfew in Plateau State, especially the troubled area.
You know, most of the time when we bring this sort of news, it doesn't directly concern us, but somehow it will go a long way to teach majority of us, especially the doubting Thomases amongst us. There are some people who still don't believe in what we are talking about Biafra because they have not experienced what people in the middle belt, because Plateau State is a middle belt, what they are experiencing, because they are being protected by Biafra Liberation Army and have been protected all the years by ESN. They don't believe in Biafra. But we bring this sort of news for the doubting Thomases, for them to know what goes on in other states. Recently, these zoo people brought in so many number, about 5,000 terrorist attackers from all over Sahel. You know, their movement is not It's not something you can guarantee or something you can tell. They move anyhow. They close borders every other places, but the one in the zoo, northern part, they don't close the border. They allow these people to come in. And once they come in, this is what we get. This attack is very, very recent. And the news is being read today, 24th. This happened 2 days ago and yesterday. So those of you in Southeast enjoying the protection of Biafra Liberation Army, you don't know what you are enjoying from the Biafra government in exile. So the nitty-gritty of this whole news is for our people to get it straight and don't get it twisted. You are being protected, and that is why we are calling for Biafra, for our liberation, our freedom, our safety, because you have to be alive to talk of freedom. So my people, I'm going to leave you people here. It is a very long news, but the basic news there and basic information is that 32 people were acquired in Plateau State by the same people. They have an agenda, and by the special grace of God, we will not give them that satisfaction because the agenda is an evil one. My people, remain safe and protected. Ndị be anyị nọ n'ụlọ, unu jiri nwayọọ gaa through this video. O nwere analife ọbụla nnu nga na-abịa na-agwa unu maka na asị ọnụnụ ube nwanne agbakwa n'ọsọ. Onye ndu anyị ga-apụtalịrị, onye ọbụla tinye ihe n'ekpele maka onye ndu abụrụ sọsọ for Biafra, so for the whole country, for the whole Africa, and for the whole world. Chukwu nyere anyị mmadụ ebe onye ndu nọ. O create go the awareness, but God works in mysterious ways. He knew why he gave us Mazi Simon Ekpa, because he knows that things like this will come up, situation like this will arise. Jisi n'ike o ndị be anyị, onye adakwa na mba. Try kwanu ka unu vote na 1st of February, mana oge ka dị. A ga-akụzili unu ka a ga-esi mee ya bụ vote. Ka o mesịanụ ndị be anyị, ọ ga-adịli unu mma na eke, dịli unu n'orie, dịli unu n'afọ na nkwọ, ọnwa ịnọ, izu ịnọ n'ọnwa, ọnwa iri na abụọ n'arọ, arọ kwụrụ arọ. Anyị ga-adị ndụ ruo mgbe ebighị ebi. Anyị ga-afụ Biafra. We will see Biafra, no doubt. Onye ọbụla jisie obi ike. Lotakwa na ife okoko ndị m kwuru. Ọ sị na onye ndị ilo gba gburugburu na-eche ndụ ya nche mgbe niile. Ụmụ Biafra, unu alarụkwa n'ụla. All hail Biafra, peace, unity, progress, and equity. I love you all. Bye-bye from here.